Okay, I'm live. Hi, everybody. God's girl. I'm just coming on today to just introduce myself and what my purpose is. And what I noticed is that there's a lot of people on here blogging about killings and all that stuff, but no one ever talks about the effect that it has on the family members that are left behind. I am a mom that lost two children. I lost one in 2010, and he was killed in a drive-by. And that was hard. And, I really just wanted to help people after that. People were actually calling me because they figured I was strong. I was doing a lot of motivational speaking regarding my book that was about to be released. And my son happened to die right when that happened. So I decided to go ahead. Was you in there? So I decided to go forth and start sharing my story. And then 5 years later, something a mother would never think that would happen. I got a call. Well, somebody came to my door and told me that I was my daughter named Pooh. And I was like, what? Okay, what are you talking about? And they said, well, she got hit by a car. Okay, so I decided to, I'm not saying I decided, but I was a little confused. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? So what I did, I got dressed. I was scared to go see on the scene because I just couldn't imagine that happening to me again, after losing my son. And excuse me 1 second. So I got dressed and kind of running around my house, not knowing what to do. And y'all, excuse Mickey Mouse in the background. That's my grandson. That is his everything. Okay. So I got dressed and I had called my neighbor. She's the only one I pretty much knew over in the area where I was. So so she came over and she went up to the crime scene because I said, I'm scared. I don't want to go. So I was getting dressed, and by the time I got ready, I actually went outside. I didn't have a car at the time, but I went outside and started going up to where the crime scene was. And I remember her son being up at the top. He didn't have no clothes. He didn't have no shirt on. He had on shorts. It was February, so it was cold. He didn't have no shoes on, and he's like, "Come on, Mom, I'm coming up there with you." So we went up there, and he took me through this little shortcut, and I could see all the lights, and stuff. And so I went through there, and as soon as I got around that corner, they saw me, the police and my neighbor that was already up there. And they said, I said, "Is that my baby?" And so my neighbor came up. She said, "Yes." And I said, "Okay, let me go. Let me go see my baby." And so they wouldn't let me go. So I'm like, "Why I can't go see my baby?" And the officer said, "She's not badly damaged or nothing, but you can't go up there." So I started leaping up and down. I was just like, "God, are you serious? Are you serious? Again, not again, not my baby, not again, not again, God. What part of ministry is this, God? What part of ministry is it?" And I cried, and The hardest part for me that night was, I don't know what I did. I don't know what I was doing on my phone. I don't remember. I mean, it was crazy. But my son, I guess I called my son, and people on Facebook was just calling my phone. I mean, before I knew it, it was about 50 people that came from Oakland. They came from all over the place to the crime scene. Um, I guess I put a post on Facebook. I don't even remember. I was just numb. I was just like, wow, it's really happening. So everybody's sitting out there. It's about 200 people across the street. Um, and I see my son crossing the street, and he was like the Incredible Hulk. He ripped off his shirt, and he was like, "Not my sister," you know what I'm saying? And he's like, "Wait a minute, hold on. Let me get over there to my sister." So the police and stuff was holding him back, and my son, you know, he's a big guy, and so I was so hurt and just disgusted that um, I was just screaming and telling my son stop because I don't want the police to beat my child up. So he busted out his shirt and he just kind of lost it, you know. And all I could think is my son has to see his sister laying out there and they won't let us get to him. They won't let us get to her. And so we was out there for about, I don't even know, about 3 hours with her body. And finally, I guess it was like, because it happened at about 10 something. I know I had just wrote a post on my Facebook page and I put, I don't know what's going on with me because my book was about to be released. We was actually working on the book release and stuff with my daughter. The funny thing is my son died when the first book came out, the anthology that I did. And then the second book, my own book, was coming out. My daughter died. So mm, so excuse me, y'all. I can talk about it now without crying though. That's the thing. Um, so many people was out there. I just remember when they took my daughter, um, when the coroner finally came and got her, everybody was still out there with me. And so I was like, okay. It was like, Stephanie, come on, let's go home. And that was the beginning of my hell. I mean, you lose one child, and you get kind of used to him not coming back. And then here's another hit. So I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. So they said my daughter was crossing the street, and a guy ran the light and hit her because they could hear her screaming, "You're going too fast." Now she's walking in the crosswalk, and this guy hit her. So they say he got out the car and looked, and then got back in the car and ran her over. So just that, all of right there, I think for 3 months, I could imagine that every time I close my eyes. I could imagine my baby crossing the street and this jackass running her over. And I mean, it was a nightmare. Are you on there watching me? Are you my only? Yeah, you are, but that's okay, because they'll see it. So I know I didn't sleep. I probably didn't sleep for 2 weeks. I didn't eat. I couldn't eat. I was numb. I was like, here we go again, bearing another child with no insurance. That's a lesson I didn't learn the first time. Because you never think it's going to happen to you. So, and have insurance. And Facebook really, everybody pretty almost know me from doing a lot of empowerment posts. And I was a Joe Osteen girl for a while. I would post all his encouraging stuff. I would post mine and my book, of course, my book. Everybody pretty much had read the first chapter that I had did. Just kind of give a little introductory of what the book was going to be about. So, that's what forced me to go ahead and finish my book because everybody's like, we want more. We want more. We want more, Stephanie. So I decided to go ahead and finish the book. And so the book had, I got so much to say, and I just kind of want to give you guys a reason why I'm doing this. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to, I got a book deal like 8 days after my mom passed away. I'll talk about that another time. But I got a book deal, and it was going to hit the stores April the 7th. My daughter died February the 7th. Okay. January the 31st was her birthday. She just turned 25 years old. She's a teeny weeny little thing. They thought she was like 15. There was like some 15-year-old girl got ran over, but she got killed because that wasn't somebody just running her over. This person ran a light and hit her, and it was a day after my daughter's funeral. I was laying. I think I had finally went to sleep, and my daughter's godmother, she cried. She sat right at the bottom of my feet, and she took a picture. It was actually pretty because you could see I finally had relaxed because I said I'm not going to sleep until I get my baby buried. I'm not going to go do what I went through with my son. That's another story I'll share. And so I decided to get her cremated and bring her home with me. So the day after the funeral, I finally went to sleep, and it happened that day. So my phone, I got a text on my phone, and I woke up and I was like, "Oh my goodness, what is this?" So the text said, "I know who hit Bree, but I'm not gonna tell you." Wait, I'm gonna go because I saved it. I saved it. Actually, I think I put. Well, I'm gonna put it in my next book. I can see word to word, word for word what it said. I'm being me. my son said, "Are you gonna say a cuss word, Mom?" It might come out and it might not. Where's it at? But it said, I know who hit Bree. Pooh or Brie, I don't know, because they called her Bree. I mean Pooh. Pooh Rider. Okay. Oh, Mickey Mouse left out of here. Hallelujah. Okay, where's it at? That's crazy. Bear with me. Hmm? No, no, it's not too. It shouldn't be too deep up in here, but it's in here because I saved it. Oh, here we go. Okay. It says, "I know what happened to Pooh. I know who did it. I need to tell you a secret. Wait, I need to tell you. I need to what I tell you. Oh, to be a secret." I said, "Who is this?" And they said, "Don't worry about that." And by this time, I was freaking out. So my son took all my texts, and so I said, well, why are you texting me this? They said, so you can die next, bitch. And then my son started answering from this. He said, say what you gotta say, otherwise don't hit this back. Okay. So that's what happened. So I started freaking out. I was like, how dare, so what really happened was who did this to my daughter? So I started thinking all kinds of stuff. I was like, whoa, what happened? I didn't understand why would somebody want to kill my daughter? And I was afraid. I became afraid. So I left my house for like a few months, went to stay with my cousin. And I remember I was afraid everywhere I went. I didn't trust nobody. I didn't trust people no more because I was like, um, somebody had my phone number. So it had to be somebody that I knew. So I remember constantly passing by my house and on the freeway, going other places. And one day I said, what did I put on? I put on God's Block It. God Blocked It from Donald Lawrence. Who sung that? Kurt Carr. Kurt Carr. So I played that song and I was like, wow. I said, you know what? Before somebody come do something to me, gotta be done took care of them on their way. So I went to church and I remember my pastor, he had a leaf. That whole sermon was for me. So he had a leaf and he said, I can't remember the whole thing, but he was talking to me and he said, put this leaf in front of your door, protection. So I took that leaf home and I packed up from my cousin's house and I went home. I went back home. So I said, I'm not gonna let nobody run me from my house. I just left my son, left my son there. I was scared, because I didn't know who this could have been, who to trust or nothing. So I went back home and I remember the book hit the stores. And I remember my best friend, she said, sis, you've been through a whole bunch. Forget about the death of your two kids, but before that, you've been through enough that would have took normal people out of here. And then now this, she said, I'm gonna need you to go to the doctor. I'm gonna need you to go see a psychiatrist or something, get some therapy, get some help. Maybe you may have to take some medication. Because I was really that took me out. It took me out. I remember one day I was in a house and I had a knife. And I was like, Lord, either give me the courage to slit my wrist or help me. And he came in my son came in and he said, Mama, what you doing? I said, I'm just tired. I'm tired of feeling this pain. Tired of feeling this pain. And he said, what about me? I'm still here. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm hurting. I ain't no good for nobody. I ain't no good I ain't no good for nobody. I think by that time my son's girlfriend was pregnant. And I said, okay, God, is this a sign? Get my little Bree back through my grandson, through my grandbaby. I wanted a girl. So at that point she was a girl. And I know my son hugged me and he just tried to remind me that I'm still here. You got to be here for the boys. You got to be here because my son had a son. 4 months. He was 4 months old when his father was killed, and he told him. He told me. He said, "You still got Amari Jr., his firstborn, and my son's son, and then, the girl was pregnant." So I had to snap through that. I was still traumatized. I was still afraid to go outside. I was still didn't trust nobody, and I had started talking to this guy, and I'm gonna give this part of my story because I'm not gonna share my stuff anymore after I start interviewing other moms like me. So, um, so we dated for a while, and I decided that I was gonna get out of California. Nothing here, nothing. My memory, everything was a bad memory for me. Who's in here? I see one more person. I know my son is here. Say hi, Mari. And who else is that? Hey, thank you for coming in, whoever that is. Um, so I decided to make a move. So my book release was coming up. My best friend, she threw it. She threw a beautiful little event for me. And no, say hi on here. Can you so I can see if it works? Um, did I read? No, you did. You typed hi in here. Oh, I don't see it. Oh, okay, I see it now. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, that's tight. Okay. That's my oldest. That's my baby. That's my lefty. He's still here with me. So, had my book release. It was really nice. It was a few people that showed up because it was my birthday and book release at the same time. So we had a nice little time, not a large show of people. I wasn't really ready for the book, because I was too broken. But I went ahead and did that. And then shortly after the book release, I packed up and I moved. I thought I was gonna run. Okay, I thought I was running away from something. So I packed up and moved. I got out there, and I'm telling you, I went through more hell out there. But I told those people, I said, "Let me tell you something." I told the sisters because I had to deal with the dude's sisters, and they thought they was running something, and I was like, "Check this out. I came here by myself, but I'll tell you, I ain't afraid of nothing." You know what I'm saying? So, I had to go head to head with them. They didn't want none. They didn't want to fight, but they were very messy. And I'm a straight shooter, so you're not gonna come punk me. You know, I done come all the way out here to help him raise his daughter. I thought I was doing something when I did that. So who else is in here? I wonder is that my husband on the under. So I did that. And one day, a gentleman decided to put his hands on me, and I said I had been through so much in my life. I said if you gotta put your hands on me, I don't need to be with nobody like that. And the old me would have stayed, would have put up with that, would have kept fighting through it, have been fighting him, and I said, nah, I ain't doing this. I said, so I'm gonna go home. So I packed up, came back home, and I think it was when did I leave? When did I come back? I kind of remember because I know it was close to my daughter's. It was the end of 2016. So I remember because my daughter's death day was coming. And this is when I started breaking free. I said, you know what? I got up that morning and I had no cigarettes. So I told my son, I was like, you know what? Forget y'all. So I said, I'm gonna walk to the store because I had no. Did I have a car? No, I didn't have a car because I gave it to my best friend. Okay. So I walked up there, and what I decided to do, because I was afraid, I was always afraid. I said, I'm gonna walk the path that I walked when I went to see my daughter up at the scene. So I walked that path, and it was funny because nobody was in the store. And when I went in the store, I broke down. I just started crying. I was hallelujah, thank you, Lord. I was, and the lady in the store was tripping out because she saw me the night I came up there when my daughter was killed. And she said, I remember you. And I said, oh, and I just really started crying. I said, you know what? I said, I've been afraid. I've been afraid. I said, but I did it. I took the path. And what I did was I walked all the way around. Instead of going through the little cut, I walked all the way around. I just had to test my own strength. So I walked all the way around home to my house the other way. And that's when I started to drop the fear. So what was that? Oh, okay. So I got through that part. And trying to think what I was going to share next. So much more. So much. Oh, okay. So I stayed in my room for the next what year, 2 years, I don't know. Let's see, because I started doing the lives 2019, I think. I think 2019, the end of 2019, the beginning of 2020. So I started doing the YouTube. I was obsessed. I was obsessed with watching Tanika Jenkins' story had just came out. And I started let's say I was in covenant with Mike Lowry. I did a live on his, just talking about my book, kind of wanting, desiring to to start a YouTube channel, but I didn't have patience because I didn't have a following on here. So I did it, and he wasn't. He was a hater or whatever. I don't know what his problem was, but he didn't want to help me. He didn't help me. A few people came over from his, but they followed me on Facebook as well. So what I decided to do was do my lives on Facebook, because I have a huge following on Facebook and stuff. Not in the hundreds of thousands and none 10,000, but I got a nice, a pretty nice following. I got like 5 pages. I've deleted some of them, but I got like 5 pages. God's Girl, Book Club, Uncovered Me, Losing to Win, um, Gigi's Lifestyle, which was my company. Um, and then I have Wailing Mothers. I think I still have Wailing Mothers. Okay. So I have a pretty nice following on there. Stephanie Mills is my main page that I do everything on. So I started, um, I was watching the Kanika Jenkins case, and I was like, I was laying there and I was like, God, I'm not doing something. I didn't lose 2 of my babies to sit here and do nothing. You chose me for this for a reason. So it's just tugging at me. It was just tugging at me, tugging at me. It's like, you need to be doing something. You need to be doing something. You're sitting in this room and you're dying. You're sitting in this room and you're dying. So I remember I went to church. I went to a Bible. No, I did a live. It went viral. And I was toe up. I was toe up. I was like, I was toe up. I never forget that. I cried. I snotted on Facebook because I was so hurt that nobody was there anymore. Everybody was gone. And I was like, you would have thought when everything goes on and everything was going on, that I was President Obama, Michelle Obama. They covered me. You couldn't get to me, and it was so much love, I thought. And you really find out who people are when you're getting married, you have a funeral, birthday party, any kind of event. You find out who people really are. And so everybody was gone. You know, they moving on with their lives, and I'm stuck. I'm stuck right here. I'm still stuck with the loss of my two kids. Me and my son, we're stuck. Even my family, you know, I'm not. I'm not gonna put that out there anymore. I always, you know, I'm trying to get over that. But I didn't have no support, and I cried, and I did it publicly. You know, I told my family off. You know, I said, you guys had an opportunity to do this again, and you guys did do it. I come from a prominent family, church. My grandfather was a pastor. You know, we have gospel singers, all the, you know, the singing, preaching family. My grandmother was a powerful woman of God. I am a lot like her, but I'm more of the meet you where you are person because where I came from. I've been on my own since I was 13 years old. You know, I hit the streets and I didn't live in the ghetto, but I went to the ghetto. Okay. So I kind of raised myself, got raised in the streets by whoever was going to give me what I thought I needed at that time. Okay. So I was angry, I was hurt, and I cried, 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 and people was inboxing me. And so I started doing lives on Facebook. And it was so deep. That's mine. You need to say, what are you like Vaseline for? Go, go put my stuff back, Giancarlo. Um, so I started doing them on Facebook. And people that know me know I say whatever come out my mouth. I'm trying to do better, though. I'm trying to do better. You know better? Well, I didn't care. I'm not going to say it because I knew better. I just didn't care. Um, so I started wanting to make this platform. I was like, nobody's doing this. So I came up with this like last year, the year before that, whatever. My desire to have a platform for mothers and family members who have lost loved ones to violence. So I was like, you know, and even now, looking at the YouTube and what's going on now, Mo3 and Vaughn, you know, I started looking at all these little gangsters, all the rappers. I started just looking at, I don't know why, but I started looking at all of this stuff, and I said, it's something that I'm gonna have to. I didn't know why I was doing it, but it 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 drove. I was drove to it. So I didn't know why I was watching all that. I was watching the fights. I was watching little hood fights and, you know, girls fighting and, you know, having no kind of class about themselves, no self-worth, no nothing. They just out there, their mamas be out there videotaping them. So I'm watching all this weird stuff. I'm watching all this, but this is real life. This is real life. So I started watching all this stuff and it was crazy. So now that the Mo3 and the, you know, so I've really been into that. I've really been watching all of that and stuff. And something been tugging me again. They say, I guess God is like, do what you do. You know, people on Facebook, they always pull me, Stephanie, when you gonna get back together? When you go? We need you. You know, people get up in the morning just to see what I have to say. I had preachers' wives inboxing me, talking about you, my mentor. I just love you. I remember I was reading this woman's post. She said, "Y'all, she cuss, but she tell the truth. Y'all need to go follow her." You know what I'm saying? So I was just really like, I don't get the big head. I'm a real humble person, and I just saw that could have went somewhere, but I gave up. I gave up. And my uh, the first place I want to do it was on YouTube because I said I can really encourage the world. Because what I noticed, no, I don't want that. Oh, mine's is in the freezer. Did he get this out the freezer? Okay, go put it in the refrigerator. You're not going to drink another one. Do we have any juice in there? Why you didn't buy him no juice so he can drink soda? You're not getting this whole thing. You want some grandma juice? Omar, give him some lemonade. Give him some lemonade. Don't open up another one of those. Okay, so I said, I'm going to go ahead and step out here again. I said, because people watch killings. You see thousands of people on these lives watching all that stuff. I said, but the parents that do people really know how destroyed we are after this happens to us? I don't think they do. I don't think they do. But they will watch the hell out of all this other stuff. But they don't know that what I noticed too is that it helped educate people because because people would tell me, they would say, Stephanie, do you know that I get it now. I didn't understand people who lost children, you know, because your whole life has changed. You talking about life the same. Ain't no life the same after you, especially after you bury a child. I buried my mom, my grandmother, my grandfather, my dad's side, all of that. None of that touched me like the loss of my kids. And I was like, Lord, I wrote a whole book about stuff that I overcame, stuff that I have survived. And I said, but I will go through all of that over again, being molested, being raped. I'll go through all of that over again, being on drugs. I'll go through all that over again to get my babies back. You know what I'm saying? Because my babies saw me recover from. Did you spill that juice on my couch? My babies saw me recover from a lot of pain that started from the beginning of birth from my mom, you know, who didn't want me because of the way that she said she was conceived. And I had to pay for that in so many different ways. And I grew up being hungry for mama's love and was willing to sacrifice myself for her, anything, no matter what it was. Y'all can read that in my book when I get the book back out. So I realized that I was helping people. So I would have mothers, you know, who weren't afraid to share their story, to come on and share their grief. And my God, you wouldn't believe some of the stuff. I had, I'm gonna bring her, she's probably gonna be my first live. I'm gonna bring her on. Her name is Katina. She is, I hope she's recovered from some stuff that she was going through when I did that. So I'm going to do an update probably on a lot of the mothers that I've already had an interview with. But I would also like to open up this platform for people on YouTube. I'm sure there are mothers on there watching their children crimes on here. They have to sit back and watch YouTube bloggers talk about their children's death. And it's horrible, horrifying. So this platform is for that. You can get on here and you can be yourself. You can say whatever you need to say off your chest. Because, you know, I'm not a person, I was not a person that could get help from a group. I didn't want to be around people. I like people, you know. So this helped me. This gave me strength. This gave me strength to know that I wasn't by myself and that a lot of the things that I went through was normal for a grieving mother, you know. And I'm not leaving it just to that. You know, if you lost your mom, your own mother, you know, I'm even open for those. But this platform is safe. Ain't no mess. I don't do mess. I don't do mess. So I want to thank some people that I know is going to support me. And I'm going to thank True Resort, part of True Resort family, and Miss Lowdown. Y'all better leave her alone. That woman is bad. She's anointed and appointed for what she do. That's why she different. That's why everybody got something to say about her. Yeah, so I support that all the way. All that mess, I can't get involved in all that mess. I can't do it. I can't do it. I ain't got patience for that. And this shouldn't be a platform for that. It should be a platform for what it's supposed to be, to share news. It's a solved case now. Solved cases. Because I didn't see some cases get solved. But I just hope that you guys enjoy this video. I don't have no big old following now. This is my first one that I just decided to just do today. I didn't put it out that I was doing it. I know the True Result family know about it, so you guys can watch this later, but I did come on and introduce myself and prepare you all for what I'll be doing here on this platform. So I will definitely be doing my first live. It'll probably be with Katina, and she's gonna blow your mind. You're gonna see. You're gonna see what losing a child do to a person, and what a person will do after losing a baby. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I got through this without crying, y'all. I'm a cry baby. I am she. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love you. That's my girl. You know who this is? You see who that is? Oh my God. Oh, you must have got that ding, huh? It's been a long time, huh? But I'm back. I'm back, boo. And I'm ready to do it. That's my girl. She was with me. Wow. Amazing. Look at God. But I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready to go ahead and face this YouTube streets, but with a different purpose, and with a purpose to help, educate, show love, compassion for the grieving mother, for the wailing mother, the wailing family, because it never stops for us. Everybody else move on, but it never stops for us. He said, when he needs it, amen. Amen. Yeah, you're right. So I'm excited and I'm happy. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but it'll be next week. Next week I'm gonna give some calls out to a few people so I can do a few lives a week, giving mothers this opportunity. And like I said, if anybody is interested, drop a comment. And my email is, what is it? godsgirlsworld@gmail.com. Mm-mm. Yes, I am. I am. I'm so glad to see you. I think about you frequent, but when I get in my little world, I shut everything down. I shut everybody out. And, I got to do better. But I had to really, I'm living in my own place now. My son is here, but I'm living by myself. I stepped out and did some different things. And yeah, that's just a little quick update. So, I love you guys, and even the ones that ain't here yet to see this video, but I know you guys are going to stop by and show your girl some love. And I will see you soon. So thank you for stopping by. And everything that I have to say and give is the truth. So I have no disclaimer on that other than when I decide to play some music or something. So you guys are welcome and thank you once again. Blessings to you and the family. Blessings to you, sis. I'll see you soon. All right. God bless. It's your girl.